Let's go ahead and have some fun. We're in the sewing room right now doing the binding on the quilt right now. This one actually my mother made for my nephew Jacob for her grandson and his gal. They're going to love it so much. I'm doing the binding and I just want to show you again, same process as I've done before. I'm attaching it onto the back. I'm using a neutral color of thread on the front. Sometimes I try to match it to the front, but it's not going to matter because this is going to come right over and it's going to literally cover up all that stitching, so it won't matter. When I end up doing the binding, when I bring it over the top, I will match my top thread color to the binding and I will match my bobbin color to the backing of the fabric and do a nice neat top stitch. Here's the corner right here. I have pulled it over to the one side. When I do it on the top side of the quilt, all the bulk will go the other way so that it will be distributed both directions. I am running through the binding strip right now. I have lots and lots and lots of binding strip, and I want to show you, I literally just attach them together and then I just lay them right down here. And as I start pulling them up and stitching it onto the quilt, up they go. I don't wind them onto anything. I don't have them hanging around my neck. Some people do. I know that works for them. That's great. This is the way I do it. It works wonderful. I have a clinic every year here free out on the patio of the quilting studio about all kinds of binding tips and techniques, and I will show you lots and lots of tips and ideas. One thing you may notice is that no, I do not press my binding strip long way. It saves you tons of time by not doing that, and I have reasons for not doing it. So one is that I don't want to spend the time doing that, but two, I do have a very specific reason why it actually turns out better by not pressing it. Now, if that's your happy place and you want to press it, by golly, you go do it. To each their own, but this is a great way. It's actually going to benefit you by not pressing it. And so ideas and thoughts, pop them down below. I've said below, there's an arrow right down here. When you hit that arrow, it will take you to another video of this exact same quilt getting stitched out so that you can follow the progression of this happening and you can learn a lot along the way. I offer tips with each one of my quilting videos, and I try to help you with your quilting process and your piecing process and your binding process and your borders and your cutting techniques and your color swaps and lots of other ideas. If you want to send a quilt over here to Brenda's Quilting Studio, I always take quilts by mail all the time. Pop something in the comments, you and I will start a conversation. It'll be amazing. Please like and subscribe. These beautiful quilts need to get out to even more people because it brings a great deal of joy. Joy is endorphins and dopamine, and that brings us happiness in our lives. And we all need more happiness, friends. Speaking of such, have an amazing happy day. I know I will.